They will smile at you while keeping a knife ready behind your back. Not because they need to, but because they can. In this world, betrayal isn't a random thing. It's often a well-thought-out plan. People will watch you carefully, copy your kindness, and reflect your ambition just enough to earn your trust. And once they've taken what they want, they disappear, or worse, they turn you into a step they use to climb higher. You've felt it before, that deep sting when someone you trusted uses your loyalty to hurt you. That empty silence when the people you always stood up for suddenly don't stand for you. That isn't bad luck. That's how the world really is. Most people aren't made to lift others up. They're made to compete, to take, to get ahead. They won't always stab you openly. Some will smile and clap while you bleed. Others will enjoy watching your pain. The moment you drop your guard and show weakness, they see you as an easy target. If you think honesty and good intentions will protect you, think again. The world doesn't reward purity. It studies it, twists it, and turns it into profit. You were taught to be kind and polite, while the world trains its winners to be sharp and strategic. You were told honesty is noble, but being noble without strength is like digging your own grave. You were told to forgive everyone, but forgiveness without limits only invites the same betrayal again. This isn't about playing fair, it's about playing smart. It's about learning how power actually works, and understanding why the people who rise to the top aren't always the most moral or the most skilled. They're the ones who can read between the lines, who understand the hidden rules that others ignore. That's where Machiavelli comes in. His words were never meant to make people feel good, they were made to teach survival. For those living in a world where people smile while lying and destroy others with charm, survival requires more than goodness. If you truly want to survive, if you want to rise above, being kind isn't enough. You must be aware, calm, strategic, and unshakable. In this video, I'm going to share 7 Machiavellian lessons that will strengthen your mind and sharpen your awareness. These are not just ideas, they're mental weapons. Tools to survive and win in a world that tests you constantly. They'll make the weak uncomfortable, but they'll awaken those who are ready to rise. If you've ever been betrayed, manipulated, or underestimated, this is your moment to change. Because once you truly understand what I'm about to tell you, you won't just be difficult to hurt, you'll be impossible to control. Let's start. Rule number 1. Control your image with precision. In this world, what people see often matters more than what's true. Machiavelli once said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be, few know what you really are." He didn't say that to scare you, he said it to prepare you. People judge by surface, not by depth. They believe what looks convincing, not what's real. That's why your image must be shaped carefully, not to lie, but to protect yourself. You can be intelligent, powerful, and confident, but if you look ordinary, people will treat you like you're replaceable, and that's exactly when they take advantage. Your image isn't just for show, it's your shield. It's your disguise. It's your control over how others see you. When people think they understand you, they stop paying attention. And when they stop watching, that's when you move. Never reveal your whole plan. In strategy, you don't announce your next step, you let others assume, while you act quietly. Your appearance should tell a story that you design, one that hides your intentions and protects your real self. The less people know about your true motives, the safer and stronger you become. Don't explain yourself to everyone. Every time you justify your actions, you give people a way to analyze and weaken you. Let them talk. Let them assume their noise hides your moves. Stop begging to be understood. The world doesn't reward honesty. It rewards those who master perception. So make your image intentional, focused, and controlled. Don't try to be the loudest voice in the room, be the one no one can quite figure out. Keep them uncertain while you execute your plans. Let them think you're simple while you're quietly building something complex. Remember, too much openness is a trap. In a world built on illusions, mystery is your protection. The more people know about you, the easier it becomes for them to predict your actions, pressure your emotions, or even control your choices. Even your kindness, if not handled carefully, can be turned against you. Protect your inner world. Guard your emotions. Speak less, stay calm, and observe more. If someone underestimates you, let them. That's your advantage. The wolf doesn't correct the sheep when it calls him harmless, he just waits for the right moment. Now, I want you to write this in the comments. I control what they see. I reveal only what I choose. Rule 2. Never depend on loyalty. Build leverage instead. Loyalty feels comforting until it's gone. It feels safe until the ground shifts beneath it. Most people make the mistake of believing loyalty is unbreakable, but it isn't. It's a silent agreement written in invisible ink, and it fades the moment it stops being useful. People aren't loyal to you. They're loyal to what they need from you. And when those needs change, so does their loyalty. You've seen it happen. The ones who swore they'd never turn on you are the first to disappear when the situation gets hard. The people you defended when it cost you everything won't even look back when it costs them. That's not betrayal, that's just human nature. Don't take it personally. Adapt to it. Leverage is the modern form of loyalty. Loyalty depends on trust. Leverage depends on power. And power doesn't fade when emotions change. It lasts. It holds. It influences. You don't beg people to stay. You create conditions where leaving you costs too much. That's real control. Machiavelli said it best. The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present. People do what benefits them in the moment. They'll promise the world when they need you, and break every word once they don't. So stop chasing loyalty, start building leverage. Learn what drives people, their fears, their desires, their weaknesses, their ambitions. Don't use it to harm them, but never forget it. That's your protection. Friendship can exist, but it's fragile. Strategy isn't. Real relationships need awareness and limits. Give loyalty only to those who've proven they deserve it again and again, and even then, keep your safety net ready. People don't stay because of emotion. They stay because the price of leaving is higher than the reward of leaving. That's the power of leverage. It turns loyalty from a feeling into logic. It makes you harder to replace, dangerous to betray, and impossible to ignore. Influence doesn't come from force. It comes from quiet, steady pressure. The kind that reminds people without words that crossing you has a cost. The kind that makes them aware you hold something they don't want turned against them. That silent awareness is your protection. Now, write this in the comments. Loyalty is temporary. Leverage lasts forever. Rule 3. Always stay 2 steps ahead. Choose strategy over emotion. If someone can control how you feel, they can control what you do. The moment you react without thinking, you lose your greatest weapon: control. Emotions aren't wrong, but when they control you instead of the other way around, they become your weakness. The world doesn't respond to how you feel, it responds to what you do. And if your actions are impulsive, loud, or reactive, you're not playing the game, you're being played by it. Strategic people think differently. They notice patterns others ignore. They pay attention to reactions. They plan their next step before anyone else even realizes there's a problem. Every word spoken to them is information. Every silence, a clue. Every insult, a lesson. Because they understand one simple rule. Whoever stays calm controls the pace. And whoever controls the pace controls the outcome. Most people live in reaction mode. They fight back the moment they're insulted. They chase answers when betrayed. They defend themselves to people who don't even deserve their attention. But those who truly understand the game don't get dragged into emotional traps. They let the noise fade while they move quietly in the background. Machiavelli once said, "A man who tries to act good in a world full of those who aren't will end up destroyed." Meaning, if you play fair in a game where others cheat, you're not wise, you're unprepared. Strategy isn't cruelty, it's awareness. You don't have to be heartless, but you do have to be ready for those who are. Being 2 steps ahead means nothing catches you off guard. It means you've already imagined the betrayal before it arrives and accepted it calmly. It means while others react, you've already decided your next move. That's how you win, not through emotion, but through clarity. You don't announce your plans. You don't brag about progress. You let people think you're still behind, while you quietly surpass them. When someone lies, take note. When they lash out, watch what weakness they reveal. When they try to provoke you, remember their need to trigger you only shows the control they wish they had. Don't get angry when people reveal who they really are. Observe it, remember it, and use it to your advantage. The truth is not your enemy. It's your map. Study their behavior, recognize their pattern, and move forward quietly. Now write this in the comments. I don't react. I calculate. I outmaneuver. Rule 4. Power is taken, not given. Don't ask for it. Don't wait for it. Take it. Power doesn't reward those who sit patiently hoping to be noticed. It rewards those who move with purpose. If you still believe that working hard or being kind will automatically earn you respect, you've already stepped out of the real game. The world doesn't care about fairness. It runs on influence and presence. And power doesn't always shout. It's the calm certainty that changes the atmosphere when you enter a room. It's the quiet strength that makes people pay attention without you saying a word. No one is going to hand you your place in the world. You either claim it or fade into the background. You either speak with conviction or stay unheard. People are drawn to strength, not noise. They respect authority, not begging. The moment you wait for permission, you give up your control. The moment you try to prove your worth, you lower your value. Power is not about asking, it's about owning your position. If someone disrespects you and you stay silent, you've taught them that it's acceptable. If someone questions your worth and you start explaining yourself, you've confirmed their doubt. You don't explain your value, you show it. You walk like someone who already knows what they bring to the table. Machiavelli once said, "It's better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." That doesn't mean cruelty, it means understanding that being liked isn't enough. People respect what they fear losing. Fear doesn't always come from intimidation, it comes from strength, from being steady, from showing that crossing you comes with consequences. You don't ask people to respect your boundaries, you enforce them. You don't wait for a seat at the table, you build your own and make others wish they were invited. Be the kind of person who never needs to announce their worth, because everything you do already proves it. Every move, every word, every action should remind people that you don't need permission to exist, approval to speak, or validation to lead. You don't wait for a crown, you earn it through results, through resilience, through quiet, undeniable power. Now, write this in the comments. I take what's mine. I don't beg. I build. Rule 5. Hide your pain. Never bleed in front of wolves. The moment the world sees you wounded, it doesn't lean in to help it. Leans in to measure how deep the cut goes. Because once weakness is visible, it becomes a signal. And predators are always listening for that signal. In public, they'll nod, offer false comfort, maybe even act like they care. But behind closed doors, they'll use that same pain to strike exactly where it hurts most. That's the game. And if you don't play it, you'll be played by it. Your pain is sacred. It's yours, not something to trade for cheap empathy from people pretending to understand. You owe no one your vulnerability. That's not generosity, it's luxury. And luxuries are earned, not handed to the first voice that sounds kind. Show your wounds in the wrong rooms, and you hand them the map to your destruction. So don't heal in silence. Process in solitude. Present yourself as unbreakable steel, no matter what shatters behind your eyes. Machiavelli never said it outright, but he lived it. Rulers can't afford visible weakness. He watched men lose everything not because they were weak, but because they looked weak. Perception is deadly. Once they believe you're damaged, they treat you like a burden. Power and pity cannot exist together. If they pity you, they stop fearing you. And when fear disappears, so does respect. They'll trample your boundaries while pretending to care. This isn't about being heartless, it's about being controlled. You don't have to kill your emotions, just protect them. Vulnerability has value only when it's strategic, not when it spills out uncontrolled. Share your story after you've mastered it, not while you're still bleeding from it. Be unbreakable in public, even if you're breaking in private. Don't post your breakdowns. Don't confess your chaos to those who haven't earned your trust. Silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. It keeps you dangerous. It keeps you untouchable. Now repeat it. My pain is power. My silence is strength. Rule 6. Use desire to control. People aren't moved by truth, they're moved by longing. You can show them logic, reason, even consequences. But it means nothing if it doesn't feed their craving. The quickest way to control someone isn't force, it's understanding what drives them. Their deepest desire becomes their leash. Once you know what they chase: attention, approval, money, validation, power, you can lead them anywhere, without ever pushing. You don't control people by force, you do it through subtlety. You don't need aggression to manipulate. You only need to give them a glimpse of what they crave, just enough to let them taste it. Then make them understand that access to that desire runs through you. That's real control. And the beauty of it? It never looks like control. It looks like opportunity. People love believing they have choices, but if you're the one designing the menu, they've already lost. Machiavelli said, "Men are driven by two principal impulses, love or fear." But in today's world, it's deeper than that. It's not just love or fear, it's image, ego, and the hunger to be seen, needed, admired. Use that. If someone lives for recognition, feed them praise, like a drug, small doses, never too much. Keep them addicted to your approval. If someone craves power, place them near it, but never inside it. Let them feel 1 inch away from what they want. That distance keeps them chasing, and that's control. You don't need to threaten anyone to earn their loyalty. Just control what they desire. When they realize you can give or take away what they want, they'll start to orbit you naturally. You won't have to chase. You won't have to demand. You'll guide them without a word through offers, not orders. The strongest influence is invisible. It's quiet. It's psychological. They'll think they're in control, when in reality, every move they make fits perfectly inside the system you built around their desires. That's when you know you've mastered the game. Use charm when needed. Use silence when powerful. Use attention like a weapon. Dangle what they want. Shape it. Control it. The puppet never sees the strings. Repeat this affirmation. I control outcomes by controlling desires. Rule 7. Never be too useful or too available. Scarcity creates respect. The more they see you, the less they value you. That's a truth most people refuse to accept. You keep showing up, giving more, always being there, thinking it'll earn you love or loyalty, but it doesn't. It earns you expectations. The more available you are, the more they assume you always will be. And when they assume that, they stop respecting your presence. They stop listening. They stop seeing your worth. You become background noise, reliable, replaceable, invisible. And the worst part? You train them to treat you that way. Not because you lacked value, but because you made your value too easy to reach. If you're always around, you become common. People never worship what they see as common. They only respect what feels earned, what's rare, what's hard to reach. What's scarce becomes sacred. Machiavelli once said, "Men in general judge more from appearances than from reality." All men have eyes, but few have the gift of perception. It doesn't matter how pure your intentions are, or how real your value is. If you seem too available, people will see you as less important. That's how the world works. Image often outweighs truth until your absence forces people to recognize what they took for granted. When you make yourself too useful, you stop being respected. You become a tool, and tools get replaced the moment something newer or shinier arrives. So stop trying to be everywhere. Stop answering every message, every call. Stop showing up for people who wouldn't even flinch if you disappeared. Create space. Make people earn your time. When you speak, let your words carry weight not because you're loud, but because you're rare. You don't have to be cold or distant. You just need to be deliberate. Be present where it matters, but leave before they forget how it feels when you're gone. Your silence should echo louder than your presence. When they can't reach you, they should wonder what you're building. When they don't see you, they should feel the shift. Let mystery raise your value. Let your absence remind them of your power. The world won't slow down for your pain, won't reward your honesty, won't protect your loyalty. It will test you, deceive you, and move on as if nothing happened. That's the reality. The faster you stop expecting fairness, the quicker you'll start gaining real control. Now you see the game for what it is, the hidden moves, the silent wars, the masks people wear behind fake smiles and polite words. But awareness is just the beginning. What you do with it decides who you become. You're not here to be liked. You're here to survive, to outthink, to outlast, to dominate quietly with precision, not noise. Winners aren't the ones who complain about unfairness. They're the ones who adapt to it. Clarity is your advantage. Calm is your protection. Control is your weapon. Remember, this perception is power, and survival belongs to the strategic, not the sentimental. Stay sharp. Stay dangerous. Stay untouchable. The next move is yours. If this message hit you, don't just nod, act. Like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This isn't a place for comfort, it's training for the mind. We don't feed you motivation. We teach you mental warfare. We don't sell positivity. We build strategy. This isn't about feeling better. It's about becoming unstoppable.